Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Music of the Week. Don't really have a lot to say to set up this one. Thank you to everyone who watched the backtracking stuff for Future Islands, and for all the comments at the beginning. A lot more comments over the past couple of episodes of backtracking I've done, which I was not expecting, but we're moving on with this. 5 albums to get through, so let's get through them as quick as we can. First of all, we go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for Caracara and their second album, New Preoccupations. It's their first one in 5 years, but this is my first taste of them. They're sort of an indie rock group, have like a really nice emo tinge to them, and honestly not bad stuff for a band who's still sort of finding their feet. I mean, it did take them 5 years to put this one out. Giving this one just a straight up B. Really liked a lot of the elements at play. It did suffer a little bit of meandering at times, but it is, again, it's just a really fun bit of meandering as well. The performances are quite charming. It is put together nicely enough, the production's a pretty strong point of it too, and I like how it felt very, keyboard heavy at points, and I say that in a really good way. So, yeah, honestly, just a lot of elements for it that worked. It could have worked better in some areas, but, it sticks to the basics really well, and it's just a really charming slice of indie pop rock. Next we go to Carol City, Florida for Denzel Curry and his 5th album, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. Now, I've heard of Denzel Curry before, and I've wanted to cover an album of his for such a long time. I only got familiar with him pretty much after Zoo was released, and I felt like it was a bit too late to listen to that one, but yeah, I'm super late to the party on Denzel Curry. I am so fucking sorry because, oh my god, this album is fantastic. A+. Dynamically, it's so forward-thinking in a lot of its ways. The production is absolutely phenomenal. Denzel's performance is great, as are the performances of all the guest rappers that he has. And there's some really great ones, like T-Pain puts in a surprisingly decent performance on the song he's on, so I was not expecting that. But yeah, Denzel himself, absolutely fantastic. All the producers do a great job. It's a really nicely structured album as well. It doesn't really feel dragged out for something with 14 songs on it. And honestly, yeah, just absolutely phenomenal stuff. From a songwriting standpoint as well, the lyrics are a more personal look at Denzel's reactions and how he wants to try and grow. And, some stuff thrown in with the current political climate, which is something he's always been good about, to my knowledge. But yeah, absolutely pick this one up right away. If you want a really great rap album from this year, you can listen to this one, or one I'll get into a little bit later, but this is some phenomenal work, and I'm really sorry that I didn't start listening to him sooner. Next up, we kind of go to Houston, Texas for Machine Gun Kelly and his 6th album, Mainstream Sellout. Now, this is only my second Machine Gun Kelly album after his previous one, Tickets to My Downfall, which was his first foray into pop punk, and I gave that a fairly average grade. I think it was a C or a C+. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I shouldn't have done that. I'm giving this album a D-, and I don't want to talk about the reasons why I hate it, but I do. So I just want to move on to the next good album. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to talk about this one. Fine, if I have to, and I really don't fucking want to, but here we go. So, basically, he decided to take all the cookie-cutter, jaded dullness that his pop-punk debut had and made that worse. He just does not sound interested in anything he's doing. The lyrics are sporadic, schizophrenic, and really tone-deaf at points. The music is god-fucking awful and so basic in terms of guitar front. Travis Barker is great, though, on the drums, but then again, he's Travis Barker. He's great at anything. And I don't know why, he decided, why Machine Gun Kelly decided that mixing in some rap elements would work. It didn't. Nothing about this really works for me. 16 songs as well, crushed into 40 minutes. That does not... I'm just going to move on. I'm getting too angry. Next we head to New York City, New York for Phife Dawg and his posthumous album, second one in 22 years. I mean, his second album overall in 22 years. Forever. So this is his first release that he was kind of working on before he passed away 6 years ago to complications from his diabetes, and yeah, I really adore this album. I love a good tribute album, like last year had Gifted Gab's Finding Inspiration somehow. This album, no different, giving it an A. Really loved, again, I love the elements at play. It's not as boundary pushing as Melt My Eyes is, but it's got that feel to it, it's got that vibe, and at the end of the day, that's really all you need for something like this. I love how he sounded on it, for his last years, he sounds really good. The guest performances are great. I love the fact that Q-Tip is on a couple of the songs as well, because he was a member of A Tribe Called Quest, which is the group that Fife is best known for being a part of. And I love that they got the production from other people. I think it was from other people involved in that group. I don't. I could be wrong about that, and I fully accept that I might be. But yeah, just a really heartwarming and nicely. It made me feel good in a way, you know. And again, much like If the Gab, Fife does not spend like 40 odd minutes complaining about his lot in life. He's just like, you know what? I'm a dealt shitty hands. I'm gonna make some good music out of it, and that's exactly what he does. Rest in peace, 5 Foot Assassin. Next, we stay in New York, but we go over to Brooklyn for a proper and their third album, The Great American Novel. So I don't really know a lot about these guys. They're probably tied with Caracara, they're the artist I'm least familiar with. They're an all-person of colour band. I think all 3 members are black. And this is an interesting one. I'm giving it a B+ right at the gate, because I did really enjoy this album, and it basically, if I could equate it to anything, and I'm aware of how weird this might sound, it's what would happen if Zeal and Ardor decided to have a go at punk rock. And I am all for it, honestly. I really like a lot of the weirder elements that are thrown in too. I like how it sort of like squeezes in the soul and like more funky elements at points that I wish were more present. But yeah, it's got a really good emo drive to it, a really good sort of post-punk drive at points, but it's very heavy album at the end of the day, and it's got a lot of really crushing musicianship. The drumming especially is absolutely amazing. The production is suitably raw. I like how it doesn't really feel overly processed or even processed at all. But it's a really well-handled album with that, and again, if you can make that style work, it works wonders, and it really does here. And honestly, for my first taste from these guys, I'm looking forward to whatever they drop next, because this, for a first go for me, even though it is their third album, so they've been doing this for a while, I really enjoyed it. And that'll about do it for this one. The most recommends, I'm going to get out of the way quick this time, would be Denzel Curry's Melt My Say Your Future and Five Dog with Forever. I recommend pretty much everything from this episode except for Machine Gun Kelly's album, but the ones I'm recommending the most are Denzel Curry and Fife. As for what's next for me, I will be restarting the Grim Fandango Let's Play tomorrow night, because I want to try and, edit it out and put that together without all the crappy issues that I had beforehand from last week when I tried. And also, the Titanfall 2 Let's Play is fully edited and up on YouTube, but on private. I'm going to make it public tonight, so you can try and binge through that if you want to. There's some really good stuff on it. And that's basically it. I'll see you tomorrow night. Well, technically I'll sort of see you tonight for something I've already done, but kept under wraps, but I'm going to be revealing because it's the Titanfall 2 Let's Play. And then tomorrow night, restarting the Grim Fandango Let's Play, and then possibly Sunday, possibly a Fight the Night review. I don't know. It's basically me just flying by the seat of my pants as always. So I'll see you all definitely tomorrow night. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.